do. Boom, hello and welcome everybody. 1 second, I gotta forgot to turn the sound down on my phone that I use to monitor the chat, but hello and yeah, welcome back again. It's a little longer than I would have liked, but we got the new avatar set, hoping to possibly open up a couple cards from that, or maybe do a sealed. In the Discord I was reading a little bit about that, and we'll see what we get into. Of course it is going to be still Stampede Dinosaurs. I'll put the list in the description afterwards, just because I don't know exactly what it's going to end up as, depending what I open, and I do have the rare wild cards I need for the cards that I want, so it's not a big pressure to collect a ton of stuff just because I play a particular way, a particular deck, dinos, and that way loves big creatures. There is small dinos, of course, and smaller creatures that you can use to get them out, but as it always is, the most stable way, lands, getting there, a specific combination of lands. It's pretty hard to kill those for sure, but I spent about 20,000 gold, which got me 20 packs, then the 3 free packs for Avatar here, and that also got me 2 golden packs. We'll save those for the last just because, well, they're golden packs. They're special. Yeah, let's open up 10 at least, hoping to get that wall of, or the walls of Ba Sing Se. It is a mythic rare, and well, I do have 9 mythic rares, so I could just redeem 4 of those for a playset, although I don't think I would be getting 4 copies of Ba Sing Se. Don't think I need that. Might do 2, 3, but giving all your other creatures indestructible. I mean, dinosaurs are already scary enough, and now if they simply can't be destroyed, that would be quite lovely indeed. They can be exiled still. There's not too much of that. They wouldn't be able to be killed in combat with creatures, which would be quite fantastic indeed. And if the sound is a little bit off, just mention that. I was trying to tweak it a little bit, remove some programs, re-added them, just because I have been playing Arc Raiders quite a bit, this as well, but mostly for Arc Raiders, to try and get that humming along nicely, doing a stream of that game, and I know this game works absolutely fine whenever I fire it up, so we're firing it up once again. I mean, it's not the walls of Ba Sing Se, but it is a decent utility land. I could see myself slapping in a single copy of this. It enters tapped unless you control a basic land, which I would have a decent amount of forests. Even if it did enter tapped, not a big problem. But if things go on, if I want to, you know, make some creatures, we get that Earthbend effect, making use of Sunken Citadel, which taps for 2 mana of the chosen color for lands with activated abilities, which this Earthbend ability is. Put 2 counters on a land, one. It's not like a super necessary thing, and it's not like a super good additional thing that I want to be doing. But we got the golden packs. Okay. I went through those pretty fast, but I don't think I opened up anything that I was really, really looking for. Nothing much there. Oh my goodness. Oh, pardon me. There's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement coming in. Murraganda Raceway, that is pretty nice. 1 land, tapping for 2 mana. The 2 colorless, again, can be used for Castle Garenbrig's activated ability. I'll go into the list for anybody that is not quite familiar with Stampede Dinos. Named the deck already Avatar just because I'm definitely going to be using a couple cards from there. I was messing around with Rampaging Balos with, it does make a lot of sense with Vaultborn Tyrant, but again, just a brief overview. As many of you have seen, Commune with Dinosaurs, for a deck that is using as many dinosaurs as this, Commune certainly makes a lot of sense. Pretty much every creature, and oftentimes every creature is a dinosaur type, other than the Rampaging Balos here, so Commune with Dinosaurs is basically guaranteed to be a hit. It gets me 5 turns closer to that Ghalta. Maybe I haven't used Sylvan Scrying or Archdruid's Charm, which shuffled the library, so I see a nice opening hand. I want to look for something big. I get through a couple draws, still don't see anything. I use Commune to dig 5 deep. There's a very good chance I'm going to see the first copy of whatever it is. I'm hoping to by that point. 7 cards in your opening hand, plus a few draws, plus Commune. I would usually, oftentimes, see that first Ghalta or Tyrranax Rex. Maybe I'm facing off against some control opponent, which, well, would be nice. I do also have Carnage Tyrant, as always. Play a thing that is the hardest thing to deal with for a wide range of opponents. That always sticks with me at that point. But yeah, Sylvan Scrying, Archdruid's Charm still, grabbing a Sunken Citadel, or a second Sunken Citadel. 2 Sunkens, 4 mana for lands with activated abilities, plus a Castle Garenbrig. 2 Sunkens, 1 castle. You activate its ability, you make 6 green as always, and the opponent is mousing over pardon me, mousing over your lands, wondering if you're hacking. What's going on here? Sometimes they just can't do the math. They quit without considering how you got there. Then they go into game 2, because this is best of 3 Pioneer, and they go into that game 2 and they just let it happen, where they could have done a play differently, maybe early on, if they had thought about why and how is this person really getting there. The sideboard, I will be changing that for sure. Voracious Hydra, sink all available mana, because I can make a lot. Castle Garenbrig can make the 6, plus a bunch of other lands, a couple others, and that Voracious Hydra is getting pretty darn big. Could be a little bit of removal. That did used to be the Hornet Queen. I will get the Hornet Queen back in here, absolutely, but I just wanted to dust off this pretty menacing looking creature. That's probably my favorite Hydra art of all the Hydras in Magic the Gathering, and there is quite a few. Green is my favorite color, and there, all the mouth just glowing. Oh, ooh, scary stuff. Soulless Jailer still in there for various graveyard strategies or stuff that wants to cheat stuff out. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Lands, creatures, artifacts, you name it, reanimation, crumbles. They probably have ways to answer the Soulless Jailer, but it doesn't hurt my strategy, so makes a lot of sense to have that in. Pit Automaton as well if I want to go faster. This is where it's at with the activated ability. One thing gets me 2 ahead. Castle Garenbrig. 2 colorless, right into Castle Garenbrig's ability. Lovely. Pardon me, and back to nature. I actually faced off against an enchantment deck. 5-color Yorion, Enigmatic Incarnation. Play a lot of expensive enchantments or enchantment creatures. If that's the deck's main plan, this is the best thing to be doing for that. Using it, but we'll get rid of Rampaging Balos. We'll make the space for the cards that we're going to be trying out, testing out. I know it's going to be quite fantastic. It's not going to be terrible adding in the walls of Ba Sing Se. It's not like it's going to make it absolutely bad. The last Agni Kai actually was fantastic that we're seeing it here. I did want to mention it. There's, at the moment, 4 cards from Avatar: The Last Airbender that I want to use, and this could be the premier piece of removal because it would be free, I think, in a lot of cases. Instant speed, of course, that's what you want removal to be. Use it at any time. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. If the creature the opponent controls is dealt excess damage this way, add that much red. Until end of turn, you don't lose the red mana. But basically, my things are big. There's a very good chance, let's say Carnage Tyrant takes out something that is 5 toughness. That's 2 extra damage. It's great. I took out a pretty big creature, but then I get 2 red back. My piece of removal was free. Of course, I have to look for maybe some way, or whatever the best way is, to use that extra red mana, but it is quite nice, and yeah, it just really jumped out at me. I got big stuff, I can make a benefit, and oftentimes have that extra red whenever I use it. The Earth King, very good. I might do 2 of this and 2 Walls of Ba Sing Se. 4 for a 2/2, yeah, it's okay. You know, I like to have creatures that are big, maintaining the potential to trigger Vaultborn Tyrant whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters. You gain 3 life when you draw a card. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The Earth King, though, is a 2/2. When it enters, it makes that 4/4 creature, triggering Vaultborn Tyrant. And whenever 1 or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, search your library for up to that many basic lands. This would take quite a bit of tweaking if I want to use the Earth King here. Trimming some of my dual lands to have quite a bit more basic forests for sure. But it's just a way to maybe super ramp, thin the deck. Although at the moment, it's not like I need more ramp. I feel I don't need more ramp to get to the big creatures, so this would be achieving something that is not the most necessary at the moment. It's not like it's a massive creature. I mean, a 4/4 and a 2/2 is pretty cool, and just making it bear that art is amazing for it. Kind of cool, kind of funny. We'll keep it in mind for sure. Oh, secret tunnel. I think I might move Cavern of Souls to the sideboard. Some people are not a big fan of having lands in the sideboard, unless it is maybe Beseju who endures. But Cavern of Souls, a lot of the times, I'm not facing off against a deck that has counter spells. If we name Dinosaur and we use the mana from Cavern to cast the Dinosaur, it can't be countered. But that part just doesn't really come into effect. It doesn't do a whole lot. So having Secret Tunnel be in place of Cavern, we tap 4, 2 target creatures we control that share a creature type can't be blocked this turn. It's basically all dinos all the time. So I just choose my 2 biggest guys, can't be blocked. They go right through the opponent. I might have been in a sort of stalling position. I don't want to attack because the opponent has enough little creatures to combine blockers and get the job done. But I might just have Secret Tunnel, poof, and there's nothing the opponent can do. They have to be as aggressive as possible to beat me before I beat them, but my guys are big, so they can't attack into me. It doesn't make sense to attack into them until we have the Secret Tunnel. Yeah, maybe. We'll keep it in mind. But the Walls of Ba Sing Se, oh yes, please. Let's do that. 2 copies. Yeah, two copies. Yeah, let's do 2 copies. Yeah. You know what? 4 copies. Go big. Go home. Definitely. And we'll make that the deck box art for sure. Have to craft it. Where's the crafting? Oh, I have to right click on it. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. Wow, that's 0:30. Amazing stuff. It was if it was only an artifact, I probably wouldn't even try it. But because it's a creature, Ghalta puts this down as part of her trigger whenever she enters. That makes a lot of sense. Like I was saying about not attacking into an opponent that could double block Carnage Tyrant. Maybe they have 2/3/3s, which adds up to 6. Carnage Tyrant's toughness there. Don't want to do that. But now I can be quite a bit more aggressive with this. And just having a 0/30, that can chump block a fair bit. Quite a bit. No one in their right mind would probably use a creature or a card quite like this. Something so expensive as 8. But it's all about the big creatures here. And Ghalta costs 8. Walls of Bossing, say, costs 8. That's great. It's very comfortable. Right in my wheelhouse to have creatures this big. Okay. Alright. Jump into it. Haven't played as much ranked because I've been trying to really solve the computer issues, the hang-ups, the snags. Getting the Arc Raiders going. I'm pretty sure I solved it. Issues with the router, packet loss and stuff. It's well, it's solved, I think. But it is a popular game. Sometimes there is a lot of people playing and the servers probably can't handle it. Ooh.
I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
I don't like that. Not one bit. Maybe if Cavern of Souls was a Sunken or a Castle Garenbrig, one of the two lands that I'm really looking to. Well, that's worse. Kind of. If there were two lands here, Castle plus something else, maybe a Forest instead of a Carnage Tyrant, I definitely would get right behind that. That's certainly going to be the thing I keep. Send Regisaur and Walls to the bottom, just because I value Vaultborn Tyrant the most, plus these early game plays that will search for stuff. We'll go with... Oh, well, we don't need Carnage Tyrant at the moment. This is Mill, I think. Demired, something not great. Is going to be a little bit problematic. Test the waters if they have a counter spell. I think they don't. They might not. Good. It's going to be Sultai, blue, green, black combo, Lotus Field. Probably going to be pretty rough. I did face a Lotus Field opponent today, actually. It's not too fun. You get to sit there for, if you don't concede, you have to sit there for, the 5 minutes, perhaps. Splunking, yeah, okay, we got, whatchamacallit. Landfall, you'll see, I'm sure. Unless the opponent stumbles a crazy amount. But they'll play Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, get back all their lands. It's never a pretty sight, this deck. Oh, pardon me. But Soulless Jailer, that's going to be quite fantastic. Stopping the lands from entering the battlefield. All the lands that are in the graveyard. They sacrifice lands, put them in the graveyard, bring them all back at once. Oh boy. Oh, what do we got going on here? Yeah, we got 5. Oh, yeah, Scapeshift. Okay. I mean, it's basically over at this point. You have to imagine it is with the splunking, or splunking, I should say. Lands they control enter untapped. So all the lands they sacrifice entering untapped, searching for a lot of good stuff. Lands with enter the battlefield effects. Or they'll just play Lumra next turn and cycle through everything. I'll let it happen for a turn or two, but I won't put all of us through the pain of sitting here, gouging our eyes out. Yikes. Yeah, that's good. Oh, there, yeah, there's Lumra. Okay, Port Carfel. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's how it goes. Done. If the lands entered tapped, we would be in a different position as well. But still, Soulless Jailer, that's where it's at. Walls of Bossing say not doing a whole lot when the opponent is focused so much on their own game plan. Now, I could possibly have Pit Automaton in instead of the Soulless Jailer. I mean, you know what? Commune? Yeah, let's do that. Trim Commune to bring in the Pit Automaton to go faster. That they're not going to be doing much to me. They'll focus on their own plan of graveyard land shenanigans. So I might be able to go fast. They might have a couple answers, but the Soulless Jailer, like I mentioned, permanence. That means lands. They can't come out of the graveyard, as the opponent was going to continue to do, oftentimes over and over and over, bringing them back untapped, tapping them, sacrificing them. Yikes indeed. Oh well, it could be worse. I don't have to mulligan. Of course, I would have hoped maybe if Stomping Ground or Commercial District was a Castle Garenbrig. We don't need a Regisaur Alpha. Already have a Palani's Hatcher, and if I didn't have Palani's Hatcher, I'd possibly well, hey, I got another one. But if I didn't have that Palani's Hatcher, I probably would have gotten Regisaur Alpha. If we can pop off, hopefully, going fast is really going to be the ticket. We might be just one turn away, and not being able to attack with every creature with Palani's or Regisaur really would do us in. Now they could have Boseiju, who endures. Next turn though, with the Stomping Ground, I will be able to make 7. Might as well go with Archdruid's Charm now, just because they are tapped out. If by chance they have a counter spell, well, they can't counter when they have no mana whatsoever. Now I probably wouldn't have done that if I didn't draw the Stomping Ground. I know for sure, I'm pretty sure, I should be able to play Tyrranax Rex next turn, being able to make 7 on turn 4 there. Okay, Splunking. No, why do they always have Splunking? Oh boy. Hopefully they don't go off next turn. Maybe they'll be a little slower, perhaps. That would be nice. We have to go as fast as we can, which Tyrranax Rex is the best clock. Maybe we can draw a T-Rex next turn off the top and kill it, perhaps. There's probably a good possibility they just do their thing, sacrifice a bunch, bring it all back. Maybe they play a Lotus Field, enters untapped. It's not great. 3, 5, yeah. Keep looking at Tyrranax Rex. They can't do anything about it, which is quite nice. Maybe, stock up. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't have enough to kill him next turn, unfortunately. I could play a Palani's Hatcher. Cracks a dinosaur egg, a 0-1 to make a 3-3. 3 plus 8 is only 11, sadly. Oh, they got a Boseiju in the graveyard. Makes me a little bit worried. We'll go with Palani's Hatcher, though. We'll see what they have. Probably dead next turn because we couldn't barely kill them. Okay, bouncing somebody perhaps. Maybe. Bouncing the token. Huh. Oh boy, hopefully they don't have it. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. Yeah, exile something, draw a card, that's not too bad. Scapeshift. Maybe. There's the Scapeshift. Oh, good old Scapeshift. Now I'm almost 99% certain when this particular thing happens with this deck, you just concede. Just on the off chance they whiff or something like that. Maybe they assume, they hope that I'm going to concede simply because they cast the Scapeshift. But perhaps there is some sliver of hope that I can beat them and they don't find the one copy of Lumra, Bellow of the Wood. That's a lot of mana. Oh boy. You know, they might not have it. They might not have it. If they whiff, I mean, I would concede if I wasn't going to beat them next turn, but they could have the Sultai ultimatum, or just play Lumra. Or they might not have any ultimatum. It might be, no, it wouldn't be just Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. Oh, they're getting Lumra. Okay. Oh, yeah. The Oracle, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. There you go. One point of damage away. That's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Nothing I haven't faced before. It's beatable, but didn't quite get there. Next one's going to be good. I can feel it. Yeah. Leave that pack there for now. And I want to keep about 10,000 gold, just in case there's some crazy daily deal, a nice cosmetic or something like that I just have to have. I'll be able to buy it. Although it's pretty hard to beat dinosaur sleeves, Jurassic Park dinosaur sleeves. I don't think I'm ever going to change them, honestly. Which is kind of nice. I don't have to worry about cosmetics or, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should get it for later. This hand, though, it doesn't get much cooler than that. One more land, and we're able to activate Castle Garenbrig to play the Carnage Tyrant that I have. Could be another forest. I'm laughing. Could be a Sylvan Scrying. That's going to get me a second Sunken, and I would be able to eventually make 7. Could be an Archdruid's Charm. I'll make 7 on turn 4. It's pretty lovely stuff. Hopefully get to that Tyrranax Rex. We should. I wouldn't feel quite as good if Carnage Tyrant wasn't here. Oh, what? Oh, wait. Okay, no, I just faced this deck. No, don't. What's going on here? Is this the only deck that's played? Come on, let's do something different. Of course, it's a little bit rough. Yeah. Oh, okay. Too spicy for me. I mean, it's not that spicy. If you play one land and you know exactly what's what. Will we be fast enough? Well, we probably won't be fast enough. Yeah, Lotus Field, and you're playing Scapeshift, are you? Gonna play Lumra. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, they have 6, so they can play Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. This is just, it's absolutely awful.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
I mean, that's a perfect clip for how I'm feeling on the inside, but it does work better for the opponent because they are the ones sacrificing the lands and getting them back and on and on and on. Okay. Well, that was quick and that was extra bad luck to face the same exact deck, different opponents back to back. Alright, well, the walls of bossing say not doing a whole lot. Not a lot. I guess the land goes underneath the walls, and this deck is getting underneath the graveyard, in the ground, that sort of thing. Soulless Jailer it is. We got a thing to stop the things from coming back from the graveyard. I don't know how much Pit Automaton is going to really save me. The Soulless Jailer, that's where it's at. Yeah. That hand is not where it's at. It could work. Yeah, Commune with the Stomping to grab the second for Sylvan. You know what? We're keeping it. That made a whole lot worse work. Maybe not a whole lot worse, but we should be getting a land. Oh, hey, boom. Perfection. And now we did go first, so we don't have to worry quite as much about what the opponent is. Okay, well, the good old Arboreal Grazer, yep. 2 lands on the first turn. I have used Arboreal Grazer before myself, but we gotta go slow to go fast. That's at least the saying I use. We'll play Sunken next turn, plus the Soulless Jailer, which is going to stop those lands from coming back. Stop a key part of the strategy of this opponent. They've certainly gone quite a bit slower, at least a little bit with that Maze Mine Tomb, so we do have a good chance. Just have to cross our fingers that they don't have some piece of removal for the Soulless Jailer. They do have Boseiju who endures, which can take out artifacts, taking out the Soulless Jailer, rough stuff, but I do get to search for a land and put it onto the battlefield. I get ahead, and that really could be, well, the thing that ends them. Just because I have Ghalta, Palani's Hatcher, and Vaultborn Tyrant. If they're not careful, they're going to go down. At the very least, they have to do something to the Soulless Jailer before they pop off with all their stuff, because their lands aren't coming back. Not anytime soon.
No.
Now, Archdruid's Charm to start. I almost certainly don't have a counter spell, but we get the Sunken Citadel down, the second one. The next turn we will be able to make 8, but mostly I wanted to play the Commercial District, see what's on top if I need it. If I don't, and I don't need another Castle Garenbrig, so that goes into the graveyard, and maybe I'm going to draw something else that's going to help pack a punch. At the moment I don't really need anything else, and it could have been better to keep that Castle Garenbrig on top, just in case the opponent has a Boseiju who endures. As I say it, watch them cast it. Although if they had a Boseiju who endures, I would search for a land, the deck would be shuffled anyways. And that Castle Garenbrig that's on top, it wouldn't be on top anymore. Likely it wouldn't be on top. Just have to live next turn. Just play Splunking. Good, very good. They only have 1 mana left. They'll probably have 2. Getting a land out right here, but they won't be doing super crazy. Oh, they got their own Castle Garenbrig. Interesting. Well, here's to hoping they don't have much of a counterspell. Any counterspell, I think we got them.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Yeah. Apologizing. Absolutely nobody. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Just got to do it again. It is kind of nice, in a sense, if I can get revenge on the exact same type of opponent back to back. That is not, yeah, that's okay. I wish there wasn't quite as much of a delay with the chat, but it does work on my phone. I used to have a second monitor, but that was also causing issues, I think, with my graphics card and the memory, which I did upgrade, so things will go smoother. Arc Raiders will go smoother, but maybe I can increase the settings on Arena here. It certainly is not as intensive as Arc Raiders, I'll tell you that much, which is kind of nice. Completely different games, of course. Nice to kind of switch back and forth. I've done a couple games over the years here. It is ARFI games, so there's always the potential to try something out, but I really do like to focus as much as possible. Well, that's a good hand, as much as it possibly could be. Now maybe if that forest was an Archdruid's Charm, yeah, that would be the best. Maybe I'll go Castle Garenbrig now. Well, no. Let's go with the Soulless Jailer. Just get that guy down. Don't mess around. Hope they don't bounce it or kill it. Oh, I think they're looking out there. Oh boy. There's the Besieger who endures. So we drew that out, which could have taken out Castle Garenbrig. Well, I like this. I think in some ways that could work out better for us. Nice to see a Commune off the top. We'll go with Sylvan Scrying to grab a Sunken first. Play that as our land, and with one mana left, we'll go with the Commune. But that could be quite nice. Nice to see the concurrent viewers popping off fantastically. 16 at the moment as I look down there. Oh boy. Maybe we see a Ghalta. Ghalta on the top? No, it's not a Ghalta. Palani's Hatcher, just because I have another one. A Palani's makes another Palani's attack for 8 damage itself, plus the token that is cracked from the dinosaur egg. If I didn't have a Palani's, something else, I would have definitely grabbed Tyrranax Rex, but I feel like I'm going to enjoy both of them, especially if I get Ghalta next turn, but we could be just dead. So yeah, I was okay, well, not fast enough. Yeah, okay, well, that's just how it goes with a combo deck.
You walk like you got socks full of Campbell's Chunky.
Yeah, Chunky. I was moving, I guess, a little bit too slow. Of course, I could move a little bit faster. They went first, their combo deck, they did their thing. They had the answer for the thing that was going to stop them, and it did stop them in game 2. So very nice to have a positive moment for the Soulless Jailer. But I think it would be absolutely soulless if we faced off against a Lumra Scapeshift landfall for a third time. It would not be that cruel. Speaking of cruel, Arc Raiders, that can get pretty darn cruel as well. But yep, that works. That's good. 2 walls of bossing, say, is oy vey, but well, it's good. It's good. The 2 Sylvan Scryings is really what I'm eyeing up. Getting the Sunken Citadel, 2 Sunken Citadels. Commune, searching for some other land, possibly. See what we draw here. Well, duress. Hooray. And maybe I would rather face off against the Lumra Scapeshift landfall. Yeah, you'll get rid of Commune. Of course, I didn't know it's a deck that has. Oh. That they goofed up. That's 100% goof. It's also still painful. I used the Commune and I didn't get the second land for this. Oh wow. Well, there we go. But I got that Sunken because I dug with Commune, even though I didn't get another land. But the 100%, I only had, or I was only able to make 1 mana. I was never able to cast the Sylvan Scrying. They should have gotten rid of the only thing that I could cast with the 1 mana that I had. And now all of a sudden, I'm making 6 next turn, as long as they don't have land destruction. I hope, well, you would expect the opponent would not make that goof again. But, yeah. Yeah, when you only have 1 land, 1 thing that costs 1, other things that cost 2 and 3, and that thing that costs 1 digs and gets a land, you probably get rid of that before the Sylvan Scrying that they got rid of. Now, it still could be, but, oh, well. Well. I think Shieldred blocks this. I'm pretty sure they can't deal 16 to me next turn.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
I think they have to block with it. They're just surprised to see that happen. But they 100% punted that, as they say. Oh, interesting. They must have some way to kill it. Yeah, they're going to spend a total of 6. Go for the throat, which costs 2, and then they have to play an extra 4 for the ward 4 from T-Rex. But that was a fantastic recovery there. Or maybe they attack with everything because they feel comfortable. But my bet's on a go for the throat for 6. Maybe not. Do something else, I dare ya. Goof up again. Okay, or a bitter triumph. Still, they did spend a lot of their mana. Now, will they be able to kill me? Yeah, they would. They would next turn. Ooh, that's rough stuff. Not quite gonna do it here. I can play T-Rex. Pretty good chance they'll be able to kill me next turn. Would I want Carnage Tyrant? You know what? I'll play Carnage Tyrant simply because they can't target it ever. It doesn't matter how much extra mana they have. I got the hexproof. At the very least, it means Shieldred doesn't attack. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay. We should be dead, right? 4, 2, okay. Well, that's how she goes sometimes. Turned a bad thing around. If I can turn a bad thing around like that, you know, capitalize on the opponent's mistake, oh, you just prepare yourselves for how it's about to go. Now, I still want to keep in the Walls of Bossing, say, being indestructible. We don't have to worry about the Death Touch from Shieldred. A pretty big size creature. But with the Death Touch takes out all our creatures and also their removal. Doesn't matter how much extra you pay if they're indestructible. And I just want to, of course, make use of the Walls of Bossing, say at least a little bit tonight. Oh boy, I got a good feeling. We know what it is. Possibly mulligan to keep a more stable hand. Yeah, no. Sunken Citadel, 2 Sylvan Scryings, big time, risky, terrible, actually. I would like to keep this hand because of the Sunken, but the Commercial District enters tapped. Both of these do. So I can't use my first turn for Commune to grab a land, which can't be discarded, pardon me, because it's a land. So that's a no. Eventually. Maybe they think I'm mad. I'm not. But that got worse. Okay. No. Oh. To one land. Yeah. All right. We got to return 4 cards. But you might think, oh, how could this work? It works because I got rid of everything that could be discarded. If they use hand hate, it's useless. I need one more land, or one more thing that gets a land to make 6. That's not, whoa. That's not terrible. Oh look, I'm making 7 on turn 4. I mulligan quite a bit. Hey, I can play almost everything in the deck. That is good. That's not bad. Oh, stay positive, folks, and great things will happen. Then the deck, basically at this point, we get a commercial district just because, well, it surveils. It sees what's on top, and if it's another land, we say... There you go. There you go. Walls of Bossing say 6, 7. Yeah. I almost thought Walls of Bossing say was 7. Speaking of Vaultborn Tyrant. Hopefully they don't play Shieldred. Don't. Oh, the Bloodletter of Aclazot's basically dead at this point, I would think. Yeah. Oh, dinged for so incredible much. So much. Crazy amount. I don't think we're able to save ourselves. The Bloodletter of Aclazot's really puts in the work. Pretty much if it was anything other than that, we might have been able to make something happen here. Yeah, you attack with everything. That's okay. Hopefully they don't destroy the copy that's made. But at the very least, I think I should be safe. Ooh, down to 1. Oh boy. Oh, here goes nothing. Ghalta? No? Another Vaultborn? Okay. That's not going to do it. 8, 6. No. Darn. That pesky Bloodletter. Even if it was a Shieldred, I think we would have scraped by. But it is a pretty fantastic example, even though I didn't pull out it with 22. Huh. I don't even know what to...
Oh no! Anyway.
I don't even know what to press. 23, 24 might be my all-time concurrent viewers record, but 22 is good. I like it. I'll get to 100 one day. Even though it has been a little bit light these past few months. I got 3 kids, if anybody is wondering what the situation is. 3 kids, 5, 3, and 4.5 months. Something like that. Time flies. But busy. This hand though, yeah, I like it. Mostly because it has a castle or a sunken. Next turn we're grabbing a, well, hey, I'll play it. That's really what we want. Playing the sunken as the land for turn 2. We grab a second one coming up here. Well, we do have to go with Castle Garenbrig. We are facing off against a pretty aggressive-ish mono-white humans deck. Basically dead, effectively dead next turn, so we'll see what they do, but probably concede and move on to game 2 here. Yeah, that's painful stuff. Ouch. Not doing a big thing next turn, which is when I need to do something. The thing I would have done is a sunken, and I wouldn't have been able to play any other creatures, so that's not happening. The Walls of Bossing say not really going to help in this situation. There are a bunch of small creatures, indestructible. I don't really care too much about that. But Pit Automaton, this is a pretty aggressive deck. Pit Automaton with that 4 toughness is going to buy time naturally, but it's also going to accelerate the game plan and hopefully stall things out a little bit. But we'll get the Walls of Bossing say down. It's gonna shine. Hopefully. And again, it is nice focusing, playing one deck so much. You don't have any fear of missing out. You know what? I like that. Just because it has Pit Automaton. But whenever a new set is released, maybe there's something you want to try out. Maybe if you're extra lucky, something good comes along that, well, it becomes a mainstay. Oh yeah, this is, well, it's shaping up. We play Pit Automaton next turn, we buy some time, but Pit Automaton effectively works as another Sunken Citadel. That's really what we're looking for. I wouldn't have been able to play Sylvan Scrying with the Thalia. Now they could have some sort of removal. Hopefully not. I think for the most part it is their small creatures. But going back to the new sets being released, don't have to worry. Really, at all. If it's a dinosaur, it certainly gets my interest. Catches my attention. Yeah, see, look, that they're not attacking into it. Nobody was 4 power. And with 2 lands, I'm playing Carnage Tyrant. That's pretty good. I mean, I would have liked a land, of course, but yeah, hey, Carnage Tyrant is all right. Carnage Tyrant itself might be enough to scare away a little bit of aggression here. Maybe not everything. But Thalia, probably not attacking. And if Thalia doesn't attack, because taxing my spells that are searching for lands, that's good. Well, that's not so good, everybody. Yeah, Warden of the Inner Sky, probably swinging for 5. I see. Ooh, we need more lands. It's painful, to say the least. Yeah, no, that's how it goes. Pit Automaton, kind of nice, kind of cool to see it power out a Carnage Tyrant with just the Sunken in the castle. Nice to see it put into effect, but rough tonight, as it sometimes goes. At least one more match here. They've been pretty fast, which is quite nice. Perhaps I'll be rewarded with an Azorius Control. All those counter spells and sweepers, they're futile, as I still pull out the win. Andrew 5550. I don't think this is going to be Azorius. It might be another mono white aggro. Nah. With the 2 communes digging for Sunken Citadels or Castle Garenbrigs. But oh my, this
No.
Yeah. Also no lands to that. Okay, well, we found the keeper. We'll send all the creatures, everything we possibly can to the bottom. Hope they don't rip Commune out of our hand. Although, I should have looked at their companion. I should have. Azorius Control. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. Okay. Recovery. Ultimate recovery. Playing Carnage Tyrant next turn. It's going to draw out the most expensive response. Sometimes there is only one response. Oh, do you have a counter spell? How can this happen? It couldn't have happened if I'd planned it better. I couldn't have planned it better. So strap yourselves in, folks, for a slaughtering. That's okay. We got a lot more Carnage Tyrants, Vaultborn Tyrants, Palani's Hatchers. They're tapped out. They can't counter Palani. Hopefully they don't have another sweeper, but hey. One down. Couple to go. Hopefully their hand is just a bunch of counter spells. They're like nuts. I was tapped out and they snuck that thing in. Not a pretty sight. The Walls of Bossing Say might not be a pretty sight to the opponent. Well, there's T-Rex. Boom. Don't take out Palani's Hatcher before combat. Don't do it, don't do it. Oh, well, they're doing it. They're doing it, aren't they? I still get to attack with one of the tokens, but not the one that was cracked. It's okay. They might have been waiting for a little bit more value from a sweeper, and they'll certainly get that if they cast another. Bays of the Bounding Spirit. We're going to be bounding away with a win in a little bit here. We'll be using Archdruid's Charm, for sure. I want to pump up Tyrranax Rex, cracking these map tokens, either getting a land off the top or seeing something. Hey, I don't need the Walls of Bossing, say, on top. Now, I could have kept it on top just to make sure that T-Rex gets as big as it possibly can. Yeah, you know what? Regisaur Alpha. Let's do that. Oh, pardon me. My goodness. Consult the start charts. That's something. They're dead. Tapped out. Archdruid's Charm. Oh, strap yourselves in.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Boom. When nature calls, run. Run right. Yeah, just. Oh, it plays itself. Man. It's good to get a little bit of redemption after those couple losses. The Walls of Bossing say, though, it could be a little helpful against this opponent, just because they do have sweepers that destroy all creatures. If my other stuff is indestructible, I would not lose it. Yeah. Okay. Keep it as is, and we'll see. But taking him down game one, it often happens like that just because Azorius Control is the best matchup for me. But if it doesn't, that can be a little bit rough. Well, they're certainly going to counter Sylvan Scrying. I wanted to, no. A little bit better. Touch could be a lot worse. You know what? I got a good feeling about that. Send a Vaultborn to the bottom. Certainly want to keep, well, at least one. I only had to send one thing to the bottom. But keeping the Carnage Tyrant, once I get to 6, it's nice to test the waters playing that. Oh, I bet they have a counter spell. We're going to wait until they spend 3 or something like that, hopefully. It's a little bit problematic with that Field of Ruin, but Archdruid's Charm right here, that's going to... It's going to drop... Oh! Oops. My goodness, they tapped out to get rid of a Stomping Ground, which I don't care about at all. This is basically a mono green deck. They could have waited until a Castle Garenbrig was on board. Oh, boom. Yeah, it's they could have another Field of Ruin to take out the castle that I just got. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Oh, good, they don't. That's a wrong move, buddy. Spend 4. Guess they don't, huh? Works out. Of course, there is always an element of luck, but it's nice when the luck is on my side for my best opponent, my best win rate opponent. Oh, that's something. I was going to say a land next turn would be ideal, but hey, they're basically tapped out. And we got the Sunken. Oh, we got the Sunken. Their chances have sunken. It's good luck. We have 2 Castle Garenbrig, so even if they got another Field of Ruin, it wouldn't matter. I would still have a Castle Garenbrig. They would need 2 Field of Ruins or Demolition Field just to take it out. They main phased. Consult the star charts. Main phase. That is desperation. Absolute desperation. Oh boy. Now, keep in mind, they got a treasure here, so they could have a counter spell. If they could have a counter spell, you play a thing that can't be countered. And you possibly watch them concede.
Ruthless aggression.
I had to get in at least one ruthless aggression. Sweep me. Oh, see how I recover. Oh no. Oh, farewell. Oh. Oh. Well, I should have saved ruthless aggression really for this. This is actually quite a bit more ruthless. Completely tapped out. They had me on the ropes. If they didn't sweep, they die. If they did sweep, they die. That's the best feeling in the world. You win. Whatever they do, you win. They think they got you, but you still win. And I win, because that's exactly 1 hour. I did used to do 2 and 3, but like I mentioned, with a growing family, it's... well, eventually we'll get there. We'll get there. But I will keep doing this as much as I can, which is not as much as I want to do. So hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight. Later on, whenever it is, it's been a long time since I've said that. I miss it. Have a good rest of your time zone. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you whenever, wherever I see you. And it's going to be good. Have a good time. Yeah. Okay. Peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?